The UFC just dropped their new Meta AI rankings, which differ from the media rankings that we've been used to for the last 13 years. And I'm going to go through all of that and the new criteria and everything else. My name is James Lynch. So Shaquille Majuri from CBS Sports did a checklist of some of the things that you can expect that are going to be different with these Meta AI rankings. He says, here's a breakdown of how the rankings differ from the media rankings. Here are just some examples. Win an opponent quality drive 95% of the rankings. If you beat someone, you rank above them. Decisions receive no bonus credit. Activity boosts a fighter's rating. And then he has an article here on CBS as well. You guys can check that out here. But some of the main points are winning is still the most important factor. Activity and inactivity impact the ranking, which is great. Something I've been saying for a while. If you're inactive, you shouldn't be sticking around in the rankings. If you've been out for more than a year, UFC determines fighter eligibility. Expect unexpected shakeups. There's no pound for pound, which is great. I always thought that argument was a little bit subjective. And are these AI rankings? UFC CEO Dana White has spoken for months about replacing the media rankings with a new AI-powered ranking system. The representative clarified that the active system does not use artificial intelligence. Machine learning was used to design the model. However, the final product does not use AI. So that's a key thing here. Okay, let's go over to championship rounds. They did an awesome job kind of comparing the meta rankings to the media rankings. The only one that sort of stood out to me here looking at this list is the Meta AI rankings have Pereira ranked number 4, and the media rankings don't have Pereira ranked. This one's a tricky one. Let me know in the comments what you think should happen, but Pereira doesn't have a win at heavyweight, right? He lost to Cyril Gane. It was decisive. I know there was the controversy around the shots to the back of the head, but that one's an iffy one. I almost feel like Pereira would need a win to get in the rankings, I think. Because how do you determine if Pereira is, more deserving than Josh Hokett, who's actually had wins in the division? So that one's kind of a tough one for me. The other one that I noticed on here was they added in Mario Pinto, and Pinto's not listed on these rankings either, but they're pretty much the same. You guys, you can see the list here. Let me know in the comments if there's any that are kind of looking out of the ordinary, but I think this is pretty straightforward. I think with heavyweight, we kind of know the story here. It's very top heavy. You've got your Aspinall, Gane, Pavlovich. You got Alexander Volkov at number 2. And then I think after that, it's really a crapshoot. I don't think you can really say, oh, for sure, this guy's got to be in this spot. That one's a little bit trickier. So no issue with the Meta AI rankings on the heavyweight. Let's move along to light heavyweight. So light heavyweight, they've got Carlos Ulberg, obviously is the champ. They got Pereira ranked number 1. I got a problem with that because Pereira at the same time is not, it doesn't look like he's coming back down. He's pretty much said in interviews that he is not going to be coming back down to light heavyweight. So in some senses, he's taking up the spot at light heavyweight. I know people will say, well, you said not to have him in heavyweight. Why can't we just make a thing at the bottom saying okay, he was ranked number 1 at light heavyweight. Let's keep that in mind. And then when he actually wins a heavyweight fight, let's put him in the rankings. I think that having him at number 1 seems a little bit weird. They have him at number 2 in the media rankings here, which, doesn't make a whole lot of sense either because Pereira just beat Ankalaev. So I don't know how you do that. If you are keeping Pereira in, let's say you are keeping Pereira in, I would have Pereira. I think this makes more sense having Pereira over Ankalaev if you're going to keep him at light heavyweight. Yuri at number 3 is fine. 4 is Paulo Costa. I actually agree with that more than Jan Blachowicz because Jan's on a bit of a losing streak right now, has also not been that active. They have Jamal Hill over Khalil. Yeah, I would have Khalil over Jamal Hill. Just because, again, Khalil beat Jamal Hill recently. Not that long ago either. They have Reyes at number 7, Costa at number 7, okay. Azamat, of course, is ahead of Costa, which makes sense. Volkan Ozdemir's number 8. How is he ahead of Azamat? Don't agree with that. Azamat's just got 1 loss in the division. Granted, doesn't have a lot of ranked wins, but whatever. Bogdan, about the same spot. Dustin Jacoby. Navajo Sterling's in here. They don't even have Navajo Sterling listed on the media ones. Did they not update it after this weekend? He should be in there, in my opinion. He's undefeated. Alonzo Menafield here. Johnny Walker, again, is scheduled to fight at heavyweight. It seems like he's going to be staying there, or at least that's sort of the indication there. So I don't mind him being this lower, but again, he might be a guy you'd take out of the rankings. They have him at number 13. Again, Rakic is scheduled for a heavyweight fight, and he's still listed on light heavyweight. I would personally remove him and do that. And then you got Jan at number 15 here, whereas they have Jan at number 4. I lean more towards Jan being lower ranked here than having him at number 4. But it's tough, right? Because, again, he's had some close fights, but just hasn't won. When was Jan Blachowicz' last win? It's been a while. And I think Jan's great, but yeah, you got to go all the way back to the Rakic win in 2022. I think I lean more on the meta side of this, of him being at 15 than him being number 4. Let's keep going. Middleweight. Strickland, Chimaev, no debate there. Duplessis. I know Duplessis has a win over Strickland, 2 wins actually, but obviously you can't replace the champ. And Chimaev beat Dricus, so I'm fine with that. Imavov, Allen, Pfeiffer ahead of Kayao. I guess he has a win over Izzy, but then Kayao's got wins over, he'd beat De Ridder, right? Who's Kai beat recently? I'm trying to remember. Kaio beat. He lost to Imavov and then he beat De Ridder. So it's kind of debatable. Is an Izzy win meaning more for Pfeiffer? That's tough to say. So maybe not a huge debate there. They have Hernandez at number 6. They have Hernandez at number 7. They have De Ridder still listed, although it seems like he's moving up. So they have De Ridder at 8. In the media ones, they have Adesanya ranked there. Gregory Rodriguez and Adesanya, Cannonier and Whitaker. Again, Whitaker fighting up a weight class. I would remove him from middleweight. Christian Leroy Duncan, Bo Nichols ranked on the Meta AI rankings. Don't have a problem with that. And then they have Nickel here at 15. Again, not a huge debate here. And then Meta AI's got Paulo Costa at middleweight. Again, if you fight in a different weight class and it seems like they're staying there, I would probably remove them. But I guess it's probably got to be like a case-by-case basis. Ikram coming in at number 14. They don't even have Ikram in here. And they have De Ridder at 15 on the Meta AI rankings where they have him at number 8. But De Ridder has a win over Whitaker, which makes sense. He's ahead. I don't know. This one's a little bit more tough to kind of figure out. But for the most part, you can see it's the same. Let's go down to welterweight. Islam, no issues there. Carlos Prates and Gary. Okay, again, Gary just beat Prates. Well, not that long ago. So I would put Gary ahead of Prates. However, there's always this argument of did Prates get better wins than Gary? That's a tough one. Michael Morales is undefeated, right? So, you could make an argument for him. I don't mind him being at 3. JDM at number 4. They have Brady at 5. Bonfim at 5. I would personally put Brady ahead. Feel like he's got better wins. Blal, Leon, Usman's still here. Again, they just booked him a middleweight fight, so that's another iffy one. Leon Edwards is number 8. I guess Leon has better wins than Buckley. Why is Usman 10? That doesn't make any sense. How is Usman behind Buckley? He just beat him recently. They both do. Actually, no. Media has Usman over Buckley. Buckley is over Usman here. I feel like the media ones have actually been a little bit better. Amasov's up here. Sure. Malott, 11, I don't know. Michael Venom Page. Daniel Rodriguez is ranked. They have Rodriguez ranked at 15 there. Some of these are debatable at the bottom. But again, no major differences here. They've just got a couple that are... Oh, sorry. They have Brady and Bonfim tied. My bad on that one. I would have Brady ahead of Bonfim, though, personally. So, again, not a huge difference here. No major complaints on that one. Let's keep it moving. Lightweight. Gaethje. Topuria, yep. Armin, yep. Oliveira, sure. Holloway, St. Denis. Gamrot over Pimblett. I'm fine with that. I feel like Gamrot's got better wins than Pimblett does. Moicano and Rufi. I agree with media here. I think Rufi should be ahead of Moicano. Salkid and Gamrot. Okay. Pimblett and why is Paddy Pimblett so low? Why is Quinlan Salkid ahead of Paddy Pimblett? That one's weird to me. Rufi is ranked pretty low. He did just beat Chandler, which doesn't say much, but still, he's got a win over Fiziev. Yeah, that should count. He should be ahead of Paddy, I think. Tom Nolan's listed here. Tom Nolan's 14 here. What do we got? Torres is ranked 13. Torres is 15 here. Definitely needs to be over Grant Dawson and Garcia. Half of Garcia's 15. I guess they didn't have Dariush on this list. Understandable, but I think Dariush still should be in this mix over Garcia. I don't know. So far, I feel like the media ones seem to be a little bit better. But you guys let me know in the comments. Again, this is all subjective. Okay, let's have a look here. Featherweight, Volk, no issues there. Evoyev, no issues there. Lopez, yeah, no issues there. Lerone Murphy, no issues there. Sterling. Arnold Allen over Rodriguez, yeah, I'm fine with that. Meta's got the one here. Yair shouldn't be 5. He barely fights. John Silva, yeah. Sabatini at 7, really? How is Sabatini over Yusuf Zalal? That doesn't make any sense. I know he's on a win streak, but Zalal's got more impressive finishes in my opinion. I'm kind of just going off my head, guys. I'm sure there's stuff I've missed. I can already see it in the comments. People being like, you forgot about this. Fair enough. Yeah, Zalal should be higher. Woods, Kevin Vallejos, yeah, is where he should be. How's Nathaniel Wood 9? How is he over Kevin Vallejos? What's Nathaniel Wood's best win at featherweight? Chieta and Delgado and Charrier puts him ahead of Vallejos? No, Vallejos should be ahead here. He just beat Josh Emmett. Costa's ranked a little low here. Brian Ortega should not be in the rankings. He's a lightweight now. Get him out of there. Aaron Pico's 12. Aaron Pico's 13 here. Costa just lost to Allen, but he had a nice win streak prior to that. Don't mind the order of Costa Garcia here. Brito's 14. David Onama's on here. They don't even have Josh Emmett listed here. How is Jose Delgado here over Emmett? I know Emmett's on a bit of a skid, but actually, he's lost 3 in a row. 1 win over Mitchell, who's not even in the weight class. Okay, I take that back. Yeah, maybe you could remove Emmett. And Onama had a decent win streak prior to the Steve Garcia fight, right? Yeah, it was on like a 4-fight win streak. Chikaze was ranked at the time. I think I would have Chikaze ranked here over Delgado personally. I feel like Delgado doesn't have kind of those ranked wins. So again, though, I think the media one's a little bit better here. Like, how's Vallejo's 10 here and how's Nathaniel Wood over him? They don't even have Wood listed here. I think, again, the media has the better rankings here. Okay, we'll keep going. I don't want to take up too much time here. Bantamweight, Jan, Marab, Umar over O'Malley. I'm actually fine with Umar over O'Malley. Then O'Malley here, then Umar. Sanhagen, Batista over Song. No issues there. That's a tough one. Eamon Zahabi over David Martinez. Yeah, okay. Barcelos. Marcus McGee at number 9. Don't know about that. I think McGee's too high on here. Farid Basharat, okay. See how he looks against Ethan Ewing. David Figueiredo's 9. He's 11 here. Zahabi's 12 on here. I think Zahabi being a bit lower, although he did have the win streak too. So that one's a bit tricky. Peyton Talbot's 11. They don't even have Peyton. Hold on, I didn't even notice this. They don't even have Peyton Talbot ranked. He beat Henry Cejudo. They don't even have him listed. That's crazy. Montel Jackson's 15. And the media doesn't even have him listed here, which they shouldn't. Didn't Montel lose? He lost to Davidson Figueiredo. Didn't he lose his last fight too? Yeah, and Barcelos. How is Montel Jackson on this list? Yeah, again, I'm siding with the media here. Okay. Sorry, we'll get through a few more here. I'm just doing this on the fly, guys. So, flyweight, Van, Pantoja, Kopp, Tyra, Royval, Kavanaugh over Horiguchi, no issues there. Kind of got a flip-flop there. Asu here, Amir Albazi there. That's debatable. Moreno's ranked pretty low, but understandable. Boras over Steve Urseg. Again, I think the media has Urseg in the right spot. Raposo's 11. That was a big win. He's got back-to-back wins, but he shouldn't be over Alex Perez. Sumajari, Tim Elliott. I thought Tim Elliott got cut. Didn't he have some tweet saying that he's out of the UFC? So that maybe he's not. I'm not sure. Steve Urseg's down here. Perez is 14. Charles Johnson, 15. Meanwhile, Charles Johnson has a win over Van. How's he 15 on here? I think he should be closer to 14. So yeah, not terrible there. What else? And it's just the men, I guess, right? Or do they have the women as well? Looks like that's all they have for now. So yeah, so far my initial thoughts, again, I just kind of did this on the fly. I'll do this a little bit more in depth. I think the media rankings are better. Just some of the placement where some of these fighters are listed. So yeah, I think they got some work to do. Kind of just looking at the criteria here. I like the fact there's no pound for pound. I like the activity thing. I think level of opposition should be heavily weighed in this, right? Like if you get a good win, like for example, David Onama, who did we talk about with Onama? Who had a win? Onama beat, like Chikaze, like that's a good win to have, right? So yeah, I think this will get better as time goes on, but my initial thoughts are we need some work. Right now I am leaning more towards the media rankings as opposed to the Meta AI rankings. And my understanding as well, they didn't mention it in here. Let me just double check. The media rankings are not immediately obsolete. UFC will continue to reference the media rankings while matchmaking. So did they get new media? That's one thing I haven't been able to determine. Let me know in the comments if you guys saw anything, but I haven't seen anything that there's new media voting on this. Because the panel they've been using for 13 years has pretty much been the same. It's people don't even cover MMA full time. They're just doing it for the love of the game. But like they should be getting like, people that are actively watching the UFC, people that are watching every event and are notable. I think that stuff matters. I've already mentioned before, I'm not interested in being part of the rankings. It's too much work. And, I think there's people that would do a better job than me when it comes to that personally. So I don't have an interest in doing that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Anything stand out to you here? Do you think this will improve? Do you think this will help match make a little bit better? We'll see. I like that they're trying new things. I think it does need some work though right now. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @Lynch on Sports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.